Hey y'all, for today's yoga snack, I want to give you 3 transitions that you can use in your own practice if you teach or it's just your own yoga practice that you do at home. Ones that you may or may not have seen before, but that can offer maybe a little bit of creativity to your flow. So if you want to practice, get your space set up and we'll get going. So for this one, we're gonna start in tabletop. So you're gonna come onto all fours, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. You're gonna place the right hand in the center, left arm will open up, and then you're gonna come into thread the needle to start. You can either extend the arms out, or you can take a forearm wrap here with that right hand, but just breathing primarily into this left shoulder. You can hold these as long as you want. You can also move with the breath, it's up to you. To come out of this, we're gonna press it back up into a gate pose. So left shoulder over left wrist. We're gonna open up. You can extend the arm over, maybe cactus that arm. You can take the gaze down. And then we'll square the shoulders and the hips up in one line, lifting the right leg in line with the hip. Knee to elbow. We're just gonna do 3 of these for this demonstration. From here, you're gonna keep the knee and the elbow glued together and then come back to the front and then move into a twist. You can also start to move into a quad stretch if that feels available, just making sure that front knee doesn't buckle in or out. For this one, I really like to put it at the beginning of a sequence as a warm-up. It involves some stretching, some core, also concentration and that mind-body connection, so it can be a good way to get started. The second one we're gonna move into from a high lizard. So for high lizard, you'll have the foot on the outside of the hands, making sure knee tracks toes so the foot can be angled a little bit here. I always like to offer a little bit of movement in high lizard, taking that hips in circles clockwise and then counterclockwise. And then from here, you're gonna pin the knee towards that tricep, lifting the right toe. So there's some core activation, almost like you're in a high plank, drawing the knee in towards the chest. You can either shoot this back into a 3-legged down dog. You can place the foot next to the right thumb to set up for a crescent or a low lunge. Anything that you want to transition out of that, but it's really working core and then that awareness, like I said, of almost like a high plank. So in order to make that transition, you want to make sure that you're pressing the earth away versus like kind of dropping into that shoulder socket. So it creates a lot of awareness around there, which can be good for arm balancing poses. Really good for Bakasana because of that knee and arm connection. So you can use that as a way to kind of sequence if you're heading towards crow or maybe some other arm balancing poses. Last one is going to be some balancing transitions. You're going to come into a one-legged mountain, so my knees in line with the hip. My arms will reach overhead, and then I'm going to sweep the right arm back. Sorry you can't see my face, but I want you to see my whole body instead. You're in a twist position here, and then you're gonna pinwheel the arms down into a revolve half moon. So my right hand plants, my right leg is extended, and then to come out of this, I'm gonna bend the left knee, let my right foot plant, and then open up into a reverse triangle. So both legs are straight. From here, I could take it into a Trikonasana pose, or just pinwheel it down to a low lunge. Any variation here that you want to move out of it, you can. As I said, just some ways that you can invite in some more creative transitions that you may or may not have seen before. Try it out. Obviously do them on both sides. One side might feel completely different than the first, as it tends to in the body. That's okay. If you have any questions about any of these, please reach out and I'll see you next time.